As the year comes to a close, some people like to look forward to the future, whereas others look to the past to remember some of the good times they've had. Today, I would just want to share some of my favorite video game series that I played as a child and what impacted me the most and what I played the most and had the most fun with. Now, of course, when you look at something that you had in your childhood, it's gonna be a lot different for a lot of people. Like, it just depends on maybe what your parents got you, what your financial status was like then. When you were born, of course, is a big impact on it. And just, there's lots of variables that go into what makes your favorite game series and what you look back on with the most nostalgia and just, I don't know, stuff like that. But, yeah, I'm gonna go through my top 5 favorite video game series from my childhood, and let's go. Number 5. Alright, so I'm going to start this list off with number 5 being Yu-Gi-Oh! The Yu-Gi-Oh! Game series, or the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game. I know I said video game series, but I guess it kind of sort of fits in anyway. But yeah, I spent a lot of time with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Games and the trading card game, and it was like so much fun to me. I played the trading card game a lot more than the Pokemon trading card game, even though I kind of prefer Pokemon as a video game series, but like, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Games, it was good because it was so diverse in the kind of things that they made from it. Like, what can you do with a trading card game, really? Well, they did a lot. Like, they had the Duelist of the Roses, which is the gameplay I'm showing you right now, which is kind of a different view on a card game. Of course, they have the original card games in which you just sort of go through the story of Yugi and stuff, and then they have the Capsule Monsters game and so many other things that bend the rules and change everything, and it's like a fresh new start every time you pick up a new game. But I don't really play them anymore. I still have the old cards from when I was a kid, and the Wind Dragon of Ra, of course. I still have that one. That one's the best. That one's the best, of course. But yeah, that's why Yu-Gi-Oh! Is number 5 on today's list. Number 4. Next on the list is going to be Spyro. That's right, the little purple dragon that everyone knows and loves, or at least everyone knows from Skylanders now. I don't know what Spyro's doing in Skylanders, really, but, you know, it's whatever. I don't really see him as a Skylanders character. He's definitely his own character. He's definitely special because he's got his own series, and it's specifically the third one. I think it was Year of the Dragon. That I mostly played because, I don't know, I played that a lot when I was a kid, and I love the boss battles, how they actually feel like a real boss battle. It's like, you come up to this like, oh shit, what's going on, and all of them are really varied and different, and I thought they were really good. The gameplay was pretty good, just for like an old PS1 game. It was amazing to play, it just felt so great, and I really like the Spyro series. It's a shame they've not really much done with. Ugh, God, wow, okay. They've not really done much with it nowadays, but you know, you still got those nostalgia glasses on. You still look at them with great happiness, and I don't know, but yeah, that's why Spyro is number 4. Number 3. So number 3 on the list is going to be Crash Bandicoot. Yeah, that's right, the orange spinning maniac, the crazy whatever species he is, I don't even know. But yeah, Crash Bandicoot, he pretty much dominated most of the time I was playing PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2, and he was a staple for those consoles as well. Like, he was the platforming in those games were amazing, and I think the game I spent the most time on of a Crash game was probably Crash Bash, which is probably pretty silly to hear because it's not really a main game, it's more of a spin-off sort of multiplayer thing, but I absolutely love that game. It was phenomenal. And of course they had the sort of racing games. I love tag team racing where you can kind of fuse with other cars and then betray them at the end where you unfuse and you get a little boost ahead, which is very cool. I enjoyed that very much, and Crash is just, he's an iconic character, and I hope they do something with him in the future. I'd absolutely love to see some new Crash Bandicoot games, but, you know, it's not looking good, to be honest. It's not looking good. But for now, Crash is number 3 on the list. Number 2. So the runner-up on today's list is going to be the Dragon Ball series. The Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball whatever you want to call this, whatever. Yes, those games, those fighting games. And I played the hell out of Budokai 2, Budokai 1, Budokai 3, and all the Tenkaichi series. I probably just said the Budokai series as well, but whatever, it doesn't even matter at this point. But yes, they were great fighting games in their own right, and the fact that there was Dragon Ball as well just made it even better. I love the series, I love watching the series when I was a kid, and I still love playing the games, as is evident in my channel's content, which was very Dragon Ball focused at one point. It's not so much anymore, but there is still some of it there. There's still some of it there. I think Akira Toriyama, sorry I butchered his name there, but He said he might be coming back to do another series of Dragon Ball, which is interesting because he didn't do GT, which is considered to be pretty much the bastard child of the Dragon Ball series as a whole. And, you know, he already did the movie Battle of Z, which is apparently very good. I haven't seen it yet, but whatever. And so, if he comes back to do another series, that would interest me. That would interest me, and hopefully might spout some better games than what we've been seeing lately from whoever's making them at this point. I know Namco owns the games, but I don't know who's making them. But hopefully we might see some good games like we did back in the day, and that would just make me incredibly happy. Number 1. Now I know you all saw this coming. I know you all saw this coming. Just by looking at my channel, you can tell what was coming. And yes, that is right. Pokemon is my number 1 favorite video game series from my childhood. It is undoubtedly the series I put the most time and effort into, I guess you could say. And you know, for good reason, I guess. When I was a kid, I had my little Game Boy, my Game Boy Color, and I had Pokemon Blue, and then I got Yellow, and I was like, oh, this is great, I love all this, it's so good. And then I walked into a store one day, and it was Pokemon Silver, and I was like, oh, Silver, oh my god, that's shiny and new. And I got it, and I was like, new Pokemon, it's amazing. And then Ruby and Sapphire came out, and it's all come from there, basically. Pokemon is just, it is such an incredible series, and I'm so very happy that they've continued to make games, because at one point I think they said they were going to stop after Gold and Silver, and you know, it was too profitable to stop. It was too profitable, and I guess that's what it's all about, the money. But to me it's not about the money. It's just about how great the games are, and how I have very much hope they're going to continue to make them, because even as I grow older, I'm not exactly old, I'm 17 years old right now, but even as I grow up and things change, Pokemon is the one thing that's kind of stayed the same for me. It's something I've always loved and will hopefully always love in the future, but I guess we'll see. So that is it. That is my top 5 favorite video game series from when I was a child. Of course, there are a lot of honorable mentions. Should we just look at the honorable mentions from here and see how many you can get? Zumbinis is one honorable mention. This is a very vague game that I used to play when I was in like year 1 or something. At the school, Zumbinis was like a puzzle game, and it was pretty insane. You had to guide these little blue balls around. They had faces and all that stuff. You could like customize them and shit. It was great. Anyway, the next honorable mention is going to be Ratchet and Clank, because I love playing those in the PlayStation 2 and all that stuff. They were great games. I just never finished any of them, I don't think. I still play them a lot. Like, I could not figure out how to finish them. And Mario, of course, is going to be an honorable mention. I didn't actually play it as much as maybe other people did when they were kids. I was more of a Pokemon guy, but whatever. The Star Wars Battlefront series is another honorable mention. Duke Nukem, surprisingly, is an honorable mention here, which I did play when I was a child. I had 2 of the Duke Nukem games, and they were pretty fun. Medal of Honor and the Godzilla games, which I don't know if many people know about the Godzilla games, but not the crappy ones. This is not the crappy ones. The actual good ones, they could like fight each other and stuff. That was great. But there are so many more honorable mentions I could put in here, but I don't want this to drag on too long, and I don't want, yeah, I basically don't want it to drag on too long, but I want you to leave your favorite video game series from when you were a child in the comment section below. I know there's a lot of people that's gonna be like, no Kingdom Hearts, no Jak and Daxter, what the fuck is this? But, you know, it's my opinion, and I never played those as a kid, so I guess it's gonna be a lot different for people who played other video game series, so that's what I want to see, so for now, I'm going to thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.